As I sit here contemplating about the past few months of my life, I have come to realize that another cycle in my life that is phasing out is my career path. I feel like my world as I know it is all crumbling down at once. In my previous video, I talked about not being afraid of the unknown. And while I sit here reflecting on that thought, I can admit that that was indeed a false statement. If I'm being completely honest, change is scary. Change is scary when you're used to doing things in your everyday life one way, and all of a sudden, life takes you in a whole new direction without you even realizing that the redirection is coming or what lies ahead. I've been doing things a certain way for majority of my life, and now that process is no longer working. I find myself repeating the same patterns over and over, waiting for opportunities to open, thinking that maybe the next one will be the right one, only to find myself in the same repetitive cycle without making any progress. Just to give you a little backstory, I served in the military for 20 years. Where I was trained as touched a dental assistant during that time, I obtained multiple skill sets, knowledge, and expertise, and I rely on those skills for income. So when it comes to applying for jobs, I look for positions within those areas. Since about August 2024, I have applied for a minimum of 20 to 25 positions. Only two of those employers contacted me to schedule an interview when I respond with my availability. There was no response. They ghosted me. A recruiter found my resume and contacted me in regard to a position he was hiring for. We went through the entire interview process before he forwarded my information to the hiring manager. A few days later, he called to inform me that they decided to hire another candidate. This happened twice. At this point, doubt and frustration began creeping in, but I had to stop my intrusive thoughts. Instead of feeding that fear, I took a step back to think. I asked myself, what is this trying to teach me? I am a firm believer that when you change your mindset, you change your life. The lesson I learned from this is to bet on myself, waiting on someone else to see my value and expertise was holding me back. It's clear that I have graduated from that phase of my life, and my path is changing. I'm being redirected to a higher calling, and I've come to realize that this experience, along with all of the lessons and Sawachi perceived setbacks I faced in my life, were strategically set up, and not only for my growth, but to light the path for anyone else facing similar challenges. As I went through different situations in my life, I clearly recall feeling lost, confused, and sometimes lonely. And because I am nobody's gatekeeper, I choose to assist others on their journey. I say that to say these setbacks are a necessary part of the journey. This is your opportunity to pause and reflect on what is happening and make the necessary adjustments. Second lesson, stop trying to control the narrative. Deep down, I knew that working a 9-9 Chi 5 was not what I wanted to do, but it's what I know how to do. It's comfortable. It's familiar. I know that the path I'm being led to will require me come out of my comfort zone. It requires me to share parts of myself that I thought would remain hidden. I wasn't expecting that, but I realized that I can't continue telling myself that. I have faith the size of a mustard seed when I'm avoiding the task I've been given. It's time to let go of fear and make new moves.